Hey everyone, my name's Katie Carmendi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a math teacher. What I wanted to go ahead and take a second to do today was to show you guys through Loom how to print individual student progress reports from PowerSchool. So once you're in the Ed cloud, you're going to go ahead and click on PowerSchool. Once you're in PowerSchool, you're going to go to PowerTeacher Pro. Once you're in PowerTeacher Pro, there's some settings here, things that you can click on the left-hand side. In order to print student progress reports, you want to click on Reports. From there, you want to click on Individual Student Report. The first thing that you want to do is select the classes that you want to print. It's right under Description. So under Classes, if you want all of your Semester 1 classes to have a progress report, you're going to select all of your Semester 1 classes. So I have my first block checked, my second block, and then I actually have 2 third blocks going on right now. Okay, so I've selected all my classes. Once you've selected all your classes, then the other thing that you want to make sure is checked is under the sort options, which is shortly below description. You want to make sure that it's by section, by student. By default, I think it's actually set to by student. You don't want it to be by student. You want it to be by section and by student. If you don't change this layout option to be by section, by student, then it won't separate it by classes. It will just be all of your students together. So to make it easier for you, it'll go ahead and separate your classes for you as long as you have that checked. And then the only other thing that you really need to worry about is the date range. Right now, we're talking about Q1, so all we need is Q1 checked. By default, it always checks F1 too. F1 is their final grade for this semester. We don't really need to deal with that right now because it's not the end of the semester yet. So I'm just going to look at their Q1. So I'm going to change everything to make sure that everything is just Q1. Okay, so you can see in my date range, you can see right here it says Q1. Assignment date range is Q1, and then the reporting term for category totals is also Q1. Okay, then the last thing you want to do is you're going to scroll back up to the top and click on Format. I think that Portrait prints and looks a little better than Landscape, but you can choose whether you want it to be Portrait or Landscape. I'm going to go ahead and check Portrait because that's my preference. You want your output to be a PDF, and you also want to make sure that it's checked to have a page break between students. If you don't have that checked, then you're going to have to cut and paste your individual student progress reports because they're all going to be on one page. They're all just going to kind of run on one big long report. But if you have the page break checked, then it'll put a space in between each kid so that only one kid is on one page. So that will prevent you from cutting a lot if you have that checked. And then the last option that you possibly have is you can select the data that you want to include. You can choose whether you want to include the assignments or the category totals or the final grades. I'm just going to leave everything that's checked and show you what it looks like, but know that you can always change the data that you want to be included. So now I'm going to go ahead and click Run Report. After you run the report, a file will pop up here at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. You're going to go ahead and click on that and open that. It'll open up in Finder as a folder. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you first opened it up. You're going to click on the folder, and then you can click on any of these PDFs that it made. It will make a PDF for every class that you have and that you had checked on that first original screen. So if I go ahead and open one of the PDFs, this is what it looks like. So since I separated my kids one per page, each kid in my first block is on a different page, and you can see that it included everything that I had checked as far as assignments and things of that nature. But it's really convenient because now that they're all in this PDF, I can just go ahead and hit File Print and print them for my whole entire class. It does separate it by PDF by classes, so you'd have to go ahead and open the PDF and print it for every single class. But other than that, that's about it. You're ready to go as far as your student individual progress reports go. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you print student progress reports or help you with anything else. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week.